Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So today we're going to do some background for ATC cards. I'm going to have as you can see, a piece of mixed media paper, but you can use any paper you have. And I'm going to use Ceram Coat's Violet Pearl, and I'm going to squirt it all over the paper, as you can see, very lazily and just getting it all over. And you can see it has a really nice sheen and pearl to it. And then I'm going to take some True Blue from Folk Art, and I'm going to put it in a couple places with my paintbrush, and I am just squishing it around. I'm sorry, the page kind of cuts off at the bottom. I'll fix that in a second, as you will see. I'm going to take a little bit of water and rinse off my brush. Just give it a tap so it's still damp, and go in and move all that around. Of course, you can put as much or as little as you want. I'm going to dry it just a little bit, and then I'm going to take some white gesso. Of course, you can use your white paint, whatever you have. This is all acrylic paint. And again, wiping the brush off. Now I'm going to go in and pick up some of that blue that is not dry, and it's going to mix to a really pretty light blue. So now we're getting an extra color for, I like to call it more bang for your buck. There we go. I move it out a little bit, and so you can see a little bit of water, and it just goes around and smushes around and gives you a great look. You can see I'm going over some of that violet pearl, but I will bring it back. You can, of course, tailor this to whatever colors that you like, or as much purple as you want to shine through. Now I'm just taking a art, rag, paper towel, whatever you have, and I'm wiping back some of that color. And if it's not enough, I spray water on it, because acrylic is fantastic to erase off. And I'm just making some patterns that, I want. And you can see that purple's coming back through. And now I'm going to dry it. I'm happy with the pattern that I have. And you can see, oh, nope, want some more purple pearl, violet pearl. And you see, I want more of that back. So it's very, very easy. I know that one of the biggest questions I get is, when I have a white piece of paper, I feel stunted, I get overwhelmed, I don't know what to do. So here you can see, I used the pearl because it adds some nice sheen and glittery look to it, but you don't have to. You can use whatever colors you want. I'm keeping it kind of, I want to say, monochromatic in a way. I'm not adding, pops of color or anything like that, as this will be my background for ATCs. And this is great for when you're in swaps or just wanting to make them and send them out, whatever. So now we will turn it sideways, and we're going to cut ATC cards. Now, if you have a blank already of an ATC card, of whether you got it from somebody in the mail or just have one sitting around, definitely you can use that. I'm going to use a white gel pen here, but you can use a pencil, marker, whatever you have. And I'm just marking the 3.5 high because the ATC cards are 3.5 by 2.5. And I'm just going to take my ruler, and I like to take it to the end of my table because I am the worst measurer in the world. I have everything to measure with, and I am awful at it. And you'll see at the end, I still don't get them completely straight, but it's easy to fix. It's not a big deal. So you see, I'm just taking my ruler and drawing it apart. And now I'm going to go in for the 2.5 inches, which I'm double measuring 3.5 down, 3.5. Now I'm going to measure 2.5 across. Doing the same thing, taking my white gel pen. Very simple. Now I like to mark my ruler, as you see. You can use tape, you can use whatever you want to mark it. And I'm moving to show you that I'm using the end of my table, just to give me a little bit better of a guideline. My camera's crooked. I kind of knocked it sideways a little bit. So you'll see that happen quite a bit. I need to secure that a little better. And then I'm just drawing my 2.5 line. And then I'm going to go from that line to 2.5, mark it with my white mark on my ruler, brightening that up a bit. Same thing, 2.5 over, 2.5 over, as you can see. Doing it again, starting at that white line, 2.5 over. Doing it again. It's easy just to do these in bulk like this. 2.5, 2.5. There you go. And then gonna draw those lines across again. Here we go, drawing the lines, drawing the lines. And you can see the paper is flat against the end of the table. It just helps me. I have a T-square of everything. My brain just doesn't function that way. With chronic illnesses, sometimes it's like, girl, what am I doing? So I just try to make it easier. And there you go. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8 of them. And I'm just taking my scissors. Now, if you have a slicer cutter thing that you put in and cut, you definitely can use that. You'll get much straighter. I'm just like, girl, let me just get this done. Here we go. Okay. And then I'm going to stack them up, stack them up, stack them up, and cut. Look at how easy. Boom. Now you can, of course, see what parts on the paper you want maybe more, you know, that look better to you or whatever. I don't worry about that. And then we have these little pieces that we can use on mixed media pieces or what have you. And they're beautiful pieces still, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to show you. Look, and you can see the sheen on some of them. And they have really nice, a nice background. Look at that. Oh, yes. And you see how you move that, you use that with a matte, you know, paint. Look at that. Oh, and it just adds something. Oh, yes. Now, these are inspiring in the ways that you can look at these now, pick up a card, look at it, and say, oh, this looks like a sky, or, you know, what have you, and start from there and be inspired, or just use it as a background. Now, I'm using the card that I began with to cut these a little bit more to, you know, to tighten them up, as they say. You'll see it's just a few of them. It's not a big deal. It takes literally a second, and it's only the few from the beginning. It's not all of them, as you'll see in a minute. So I really hope that this helped you guys and this gives you a start. Just pick 2 colors and use your white or gesso, you know. Very easy. You could sit at the table. You could have the kids help even. Imagine the backgrounds, you know, that they will come up with. So I think it's great to start. And then I'll be using one of these probably later in the week as a back for an ATC card. But now you can make them, you can send them out, you can do swaps, you can do whatever you want. And they will be coordinated. Some people like to sell them. They'll do like 4 in a pack and sell them once they're done. Yes, and look at them. I'm so excited. So as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I love you guys so very much. Share me. I appreciate it. I love you. Bye-bye.